Okay, let's talk about goal setting. What if the way you've been setting your goals is the exact reason you feel completely burnt out by, like, February? We've all been there, right? But today, we're going to ditch that endless to-do list for good. We're going to dive into a really powerful framework, one that's actually borrowed from professional actors. And it's all about focused, purposeful action that, actually gets you somewhere. This quote, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? If your goals sound like a punishment. Just think about your last list of New Year's resolutions. Were you excited about it, or did it just feel like a huge list of chores you were dreading? This just perfectly captures that feeling of dread so many of us get. And that feeling leads us straight into what you could call the goal-setting trap. We all start out with the best intentions. We want to do big things, so we aim high. But without the right kind of structure, all that ambition just turns our plans into a source of stress, leading to burnout instead of the big breakthroughs we were hoping for. Ah, yes, the everything list. This probably looks really familiar to a lot of you. For an actor, it's, get new headshots, a new reel, new classes, redo my entire brand. For you, it might be learn a new language, overhaul the website, start a daily workout. We tell ourselves we're covering all our bases, but what we're really doing is just scattering our energy in a million different directions.
And there it is. That's the core issue. That list we just looked at, that's not a plan. It's a recipe for total and complete overwhelm. It has no focus, no priority. It makes it seem like every single task is equally important, which, let's be honest, is never ever the case. The big takeaway here is we have to stop making lists and start making actual plans.
So how do we get out of this trap? Well, it all starts with a huge shift in perspective. Instead of just staring ahead at this mountain of things we could do, we need to actually look back. We need to ask a totally different kind of question about what we've already done. This is it. This is probably the single most important question you can ask yourself before you even think about setting a new goal. Not what you thought would work, not what some guru on the internet told you to do, but what, when you really look back at the last 12 months, what genuinely created momentum? What gave you real, tangible results?
And to answer that question honestly, you've got to filter out all the noise. You know what I'm talking about. All those vanity metrics, the stuff that looked great on Instagram but didn't lead to anything real, the expensive classes or workshops that just drained your bank account without giving you a real return. You have to be absolutely ruthless about identifying what actually worked. Okay, so once you've figured out what truly works, then you can build on it. And this brings us to a super simple, really elegant blueprint for setting goals that have a real purpose, and because of that, a much higher chance of success. It's not about doing more stuff, it's about doing more of the right stuff. And here is that very framework. It's so powerful because it's so incredibly simple. Just 3 pillars for your entire year. That's it. First, one creative goal. This is for you, it's to feed your soul, to keep you inspired. Second, one business goal. This is the practical thing that's going to move your career forward in a way you can actually measure. And third, and this is the one most of us forget, one personal boundary. This is so crucial. This is the goal that protects your time and your energy and stops that burnout we were talking about. See how they all work together? It's about focused, sustainable progress.
And that's it. That is the whole plan. Now, just compare this focused 3-part foundation to that chaotic everything list from the beginning. This feels doable, right? It's strategic. This is a plan that actually empowers you instead of punishing you. And that's the whole game, the difference between just being busy and being truly effective. So, as we start to wrap this up, it really all comes back to that one critical question we started with. Because honestly, the entire 3-part blueprint we just went over is pretty much useless unless you can first answer this next question for yourself with total honesty. This right here is your starting point. Before you write down a single goal for 2026, just take a minute and answer this question. What was the one action, the one meeting, the one project that truly actually made a difference for you? Find that one thing, and I promise you, you've found the foundation for your entire year ahead.